Okay, let's go next to our caller from the 916 area code. Who's calling today from 916?
Hey, David, this is Ronald calling from Sacramento.
Hey,
How's it going?
Ronald, what's going on?
Hey, yeah, just two quick questions. Love the show. I just wanted to ask, from 1969 to 1993, aside from 4 years of Jimmy Carter from 77 to 81, it was all Republican. Do you think there's any chance of the left getting that same kind of run in today's type of politics?
Honestly, no. I mean, the reason that I would say no is that there are a bunch of structural elements that favor the Republican Party. We've talked about the fact that gerrymandering makes it so that at the national level, Democrats need more than half of the votes to secure half of the districts. In an electoral college presidential election, it's a little different, but similar logic applies. The fact that conservatives tend to live more in rural areas and left wingers in urban areas also favors in the map Republicans. Voter suppression and fewer people voting favors Republicans. Trump now has put two people on the Supreme Court who are going to be influencing the court for decades, including in election law related areas, which favors Republicans. So I see it as very unlikely that Democrats will have the run that Republicans had unless there is some kind of drastic change or a backfire effect to the Trump presidency that's bigger than what we're seeing. I don't see it as very likely.
Yeah, and I agree. And I thought I was just being a pessimist, but like I'm originally from LA, and the amount of like "Make America Great Again" hats I've seen in like areas like the Inland Empire and like even like Orange County.
Right.
Like every time Trump writes off California, I'm like, we there are plenty of people out here who are rooting for you. They just happen to be white and from California. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
mean
totally agree
it's
on
like the
that.
reverse of the Texas thing. I mean, California is a very blue state, and Texas is often considered a very red state, although less so recently. But what you've got to understand is there are still millions of voters in California who love Trump, and if it weren't for those coastal cities, Trump could win. And in Texas, there's also millions of voters who do not like Republicans, and they're mostly congregated in cities, even though in raw numbers, Democrats still have a big lead in California and Republicans in Texas. These are not like immutable forever things. And immigration, from other states, I'm talking about, as well as demographic changes, can really change these things over like a 10 to 15 year period.
Yeah, and I appreciate you sounding off on that because I've like looked all around for the answer to this question, and that's the first time I've heard like something that's really coherent. And last like quick question I want to ask you is,
Yeah.
even though it's being treated like a bathroom fight in high school, I think the reparations conversation is important just because of the country's history. But do you think, because the big thing I've heard from a lot of people is the the example of like America will give Israel 4 billion in military support every year, and it only took America 3 years and to basically erect Israel after like 3 years after the Holocaust. Do you think that's a good example for why Black Americans deserve reparations and why like the numbers should be higher?
No, I've never heard that, and it doesn't sound like a good analogy. It sounds like a losing argument to me. I've never heard that before. I'd have to think about it more, but my instinct is that it sounds weird. I don't really get it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah. Hey, I appreciate your answers and thank you so much for picking up.
All right, appreciate the phone call. Great to hear from you. Okay, that is all the time I have today. Sorry to everybody I didn't get to. Hope everybody has a good 4th of July holiday. We will take calls again, live streams upcoming on YouTube, and lots of other great stuff. Quick break, very important audience questions that I will be answering after this very short break.